I have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than full victory. And let us all beseech the blessing of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking.
So during the last 6 months of the war, life for prisoners of war that were held captive in Germany really changed, and there's a few reasons for that. Particularly after D-Day and then after the Battle of the Bulge, you've got the Soviets coming in from the east, and the Americans, British, and other allies coming in from the west, and they're really pressuring Germany. The German economy is struggling by this time anyways, and it's having trouble keeping up as the allies are coming in. In addition to that, the allies are also enjoying pretty much air superiority by this time of the war. The Germans are having trouble feeding their own civilians and their soldiers, much less prisoners of war. So you're going to see German guards of prisoner of war camps are going to sometimes even start taking the Red Cross packages that are meant for Allied POWs, and they're going to be using them for themselves because they don't have their own stuff to eat. In addition to this, the SS actually take over the German prisoner system. Right after D-Day, they kind of start doing that. Now, previous to this, the German Air Force had really been in charge of most prisoner of war camps for the Allies, Americans in particular. They followed the Geneva Conventions for the most part, but the SS did not feel compelled to do so. There's a lot of abuses. They're very brutal. Separating Jewish Americans out. This picture here that you're seeing is a group of Jewish Americans who had been sent to a labor camp to work underground, digging mines and tunnels for the Germans. You can see how emaciated they are, very little food, and all those things. And again, as the Allies are pressuring the Germans and coming into Germany from both sides, the German guards and things, they do decide to start moving prisoners around to avoid the Allied forces that are coming in. So you're going to have a series of death marches from camp to camp of prisoners who are already starving, hungry, cold. They don't have a lot of supplies, and unfortunately the Allies are also going to unintentionally bomb and shoot their own prisoners as they see these marches happening. They think they're German soldiers, and they're not. They're actually Allied prisoners. So that does happen a few times. Forces that come in into the spring and start liberating these not only concentration camps but also prisoner of war camps. They are shocked by what they find. Particularly in the concentration camps, but the Allied prisoners are not doing very much better by this time either. This photo that you see here is of Eisenhower, General Patton, and Omar Bradley. They are at a concentration camp that had been liberated, and they are there to make sure that everything is documented properly. There's a lot of joy and excitement, as you can imagine, from concentration camp survivors and American prisoners of war as they're being freed. This picture here that you see is a homemade American flag as the 7th Army comes in and liberates this camp. And the caption on that photo reads, "After American troops arrived, a homemade American flag was raised by the prisoners of Dachau prison camp. As it waved in the breeze, it seemed to reflect the joy of inmates who realized freedom for the first time in many years."